Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GameSpot's E3 2013 newsroom coverage. I'm Sean McGinnis. This is Tyler Weingartner.
Hello.
And the both of us have just seen Forza 5. Tyler, there were a lot of jokes made during the press conference about Driveatar, and admittedly, it's kind of a silly name.
Yeah.
But what they're actually doing with that technology in Forza 5 is pretty cool, right?
It is, and I think it's worth saying that this isn't necessarily new to Forza Motorsport. Driveatar is the thing that they originally started off with in the original Forza Motorsport, where like you would spend time in track sessions training your Driveatar.
Yeah.
That then you could use if there was like a race you didn't feel like doing, you could set it to do races for you, and then you could watch the results, sort of in like a team manager fashion.
Okay.
But that's not what they're doing here.
Right. What they're doing here is they're basically crowdsourcing artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Where they're just constantly keeping tabs of your driving habits, your telemetry data, and basically the way you operate as a race car driver. And after every race, they send it to the cloud, and it basically goes in this giant data bank so that every other player in the world is constantly pulling down other players' Driveatars, and those are the only people you ever race against in the career mode.
Right. So basically what they were saying is when you stop playing Forza Motorsport at the end of the day or end of the night, that's when your Driveatar goes to work. So as you stop racing, your Driveatar will populate in other people's races and other friends' races, and then its performance in those races will then come back to earn you money.
Yeah.
Well, in car credits, I think we should make that distinction.
Right. Yeah. You are getting in-game car credits to buy cars in the game and all that stuff. So you're being rewarded for your virtual doppelganger's hard work.
Yeah.
So that's always nice. In addition to Driveatar, what else are the big features here?
Well, I mean, that's not the only ways that they're harnessing. I mean, they kept saying in the cloud a lot in this presentation, but that's not the only way that they are using this data. Like, they're also paying attention to the things that you like in Forza Motorsport, the kind of paint jobs that you download, and based on that, they will try and make other recommendations. So, like, they made the example of if you bought a Simpsons paint scheme, they would look around in the marketplace for other Simpsons paint schemes and go, hey, maybe you might like these others.
Right.
So if you want to have a race car with Bart Simpson mooning everybody, you'll get lots of those recommended to you.
Right, yeah.
If that's your thing.
And it just seems like, in general, they're trying to add a more sort of like human touch to the car so that they don't look like these like oddly perfect, pristine, uncanny valley 3D models. So like each car the paint is applied in 3 different layers. You've got like the base coat, the metallic flake, and the gloss. And as a result of that, the paint can be chipped away in 3 different layers, and all those layers reflect light in different ways. So the cars just are going to have a more kind of like realistic general look to them, right?
Right. And they also mentioned that they're doing a much deeper integration with Top Gear. Top Gear is the famous BBC car show that they've worked with in the past. They started working with them, I think, on Forza 3, certainly on Forza 4. Now it seems like Top Gear is consulting with them more and helping them design the career mode, which their quote on it was, "We're trying to tell a car story."
Yeah.
And not sure what that means just yet, but what they're saying is that they've kind of broken out different chapters of this career into types of cars, like we saw vintage cars, classics, exotics, and just kind of breaking that cars up into
different
sort of families,
heritages. Basically.
Families, they said they were going to be honoring, different manufacturer rivalries, things like that.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. They also said, so they introduced Auto Vista in last year's game with 20 cars or 24.
Yeah, something
now
like that.
every car in the game is going to be...
Which they're saying is hundreds, not getting into an official count. But I'd imagine that's a lot of like incredibly detailed interior designs to model.
Yeah, and also mention that with their Top Gear partnership, they're not just getting Jeremy Clarkson, but also the other two of Richard Hammond and
Captain Slow
and James May. Hopefully, they'll also feature the voice talents of the Stig.
Yes,
that would be a really good Auto Vista
voice
segment.
Actor.
But yeah, that's we'll have more coming to you on all the games of E3 2013, as well as more coverage of Forza Motorsport coming to you. We have a live stage demo tomorrow on Stage 2, so be sure to catch that if you want to see more on this game. Otherwise, we are seeing lots of things and about lots of games. If you have questions about games, send them to us on Twitter using the hashtag GameSpotE3. And for Sean McGinnis, I'm Tyler Weingartner, and thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned to GameSpot.com.